Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here with Coach Caren Fern from Profits in Daily, your money mindset coach. So we hope that you'll sit back, relax, and take in all of the different nuggets that she has for us today. Coach, what you got for us today?
Well, you guys know last month, and a little in this month, we talk about goal setting, and we're just
Mhm.
fine tuning it this month. We're just gonna get through the fine tuning part of things.
Okay.
Christmas is coming up. All this wonderful stuff is coming up. Something went wrong, so I couldn't get a link today that I wanted to share with you guys, but I'll either pop it in after or you'll get it next week. But
Okay.
this is the time of the year where all the planning is going on and all the stuff is happening. And my little tiny vision book board course is still around, so I went in and I tweak it and I got it ready for you guys, so you guys can use that as a source of planning and looking forward to. It's just $40, 40 Canadians, I think, like 27 US dollars or whatever, but I'm adding videos to it and stuff, so you guys can really take it in, see what it helps you do. Actually, do the work, okay, guys? On the replay, people, I'm telling
Yes.
you, get the stuff, read it, and do the work. You can go on YouTube and you can see how to do a vision board, but it don't get into the nitty gritty of the vision board, and that's what this course does. It get into the nitty gritty. It set your minds up. It set you to set yourself up. That's what it's going to do initially, and then it's going to walk you through the pace and that sort of stuff. But initially, we're going to set you up to understand why you're doing it and what you're looking forward to. So that's the goodness of that course. Without any further ado, today we're talking about the week to week goals, because we talk about setting this whole year goals, set up what's going to happen. Oh, wrong. Sorry, guys. I went ahead of myself. I went ahead of myself. Last week we finished up talking about once you plan it, what you expect to feel, how you're going to feel about it, and what have you. Now, once you do big planning, if you're like me, you feel good about the big planning. You feel like,
Mm.
yes, I got this ready. I'm going to do it. The key, though, it's breaking down that big picture into the small um, works that you got to do. And this part, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I first ever plan, and even now and then, like if I'm planning for bigger things, I kind of start enjoying the process planning. And then when I get to the action now, I'm like, today's the day's drawing near. I can panic myself. And is that ever happened to you? I want you to know it's normal, but you're gonna go for it. And this is why, even though we do the big planning, we definitely, have to come back and figure out what your daily is gonna be. Like, I
Ah.
used to say plan your month, but what your daily is gonna be, because that daily that you need to do, that I encourage a lot of my clients and folks to do, is what really see you through. What are your dailies? Like, when you sit down and taking what you did for a full day, I teach planning here, but what I do for myself is do like a pre-planning. So I did a pre-planning for myself and I journal about it because I wanted to see my pattern, see what I'm doing differently. Like,
Mm.
what's waking me up, how tired I am, like how am I feeling towards certain things, and literally be brutally honest with myself about it, because there's nobody witnessing anything. This is just me and me and me, and I needed to be brutal with myself. And so now I'm getting to see where my blind spots are, where my weaknesses are, like what I really want my day to be, and how happy
Oh.
am I at the end of the day. Because I if happiness is big for you like it is for me, happiness and peace, I want to know what that end of the day look like. And I needed to walk through it, the discomfort, whatever I'm feeling, to get over to the other side, right?
Mm.
So when
Mhm.
you know what your day like, you can plan your week and month. Even before, I used to say plan your month and then break it down. But sometimes when by the time you get to your day, I'm not sure all I want to put in it.
Mm.
This is back to budget in the situation, right? Everybody says make a budget, but the truth is, if somebody's never made a budget before, they can't jump in and make a budget. What they have to do is pay attention to their style, how they buy, what they do, keep the receipts, pay attention to all these things. And then once they're doing that, then they can take what they have and make themselves a budget. And then they can live by that budget. When you dump people into budget, people get scared because they're thinking, oh my God, I gotta go write this thing, but I don't know what to put into. I don't know what I eat. Like, I don't know
Mhm.
what I spend. Like, if you're not that person, you just don't know. And when you start making a budget, You need these kind of wide open spaces first, and then you can close in the gap. And then your budget is not as frightening to be, made and cultivated. So the same goes with the daily planning. If you understand what your dailies are like, then now you can say, okay,
Oh,
I don't feel as great. So you need to know this. This is this, hear people say, when you do 3 things a day or 6 things a day, but you haven't told them why. You haven't let them go through the processes.
uh-huh.
And people need to go through those processes and not feel guilty about what it is they do. What it is they do. Some people need a good. I used to be a companion. Oh my God, this is so many years ago. Um, in the 90s for older people.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the big things is me getting in there and being able to assess somebody day or evening and what they want. And the reason my clients had loved me is because I never felt like I go in and rush them. They're older people. And the first thing a client of mine had said, she said, this was my third client by then. She says, Caren, I just love when I know you're coming because I'm not going to be rushed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even realize that was happening. This was just my style of saying, well, why am I rushing her in our own home? But people have a schedule and they want the people to do it. But the
Mm-hmm.
truth was, once I got in there and I said, Charlie, like, what do you like to do? She's like, I like to watch Jeopardy. And she gave me the things that she loved to do and where she loved to be and what she loved to eat. And
Okay.
so now we're making a schedule on what's going to happen with Shirley, right? Because she'd broken her leg. And moving was hard for her. And getting up steady was hard for her. So I'm like, you don't have to do that. Like, you tell me what you like to do, and we're gonna set it up. And so even if somebody's taking over after me, which
Uh-huh.
was the first arrangement, I would leave the notes of what she liked. And it ended up so happening that I ended up doing a lot of 12 hours with her because she would complain about the people who were
Yes. Rushing. Yes.
ratchet. And so that wasn't her style. Like, she was a go-getter. She said, girl, I was a go-getter, but I broke my leg, and something else had happened to her, and it just made her start slowing things down.
Yeah.
And that's okay. If you're a person that don't move fast, don't worry about it. My mom is a slow person, has always been. This is not because of age. She has always been a very slow person since we were growing up. She doesn't do anything in a hurry.
And the question is she slow or is she deliberate?
That she is.
Ah.
That
Oh.
she is. That she is. That she is. That she is. And the thing is, she gets everything that she has to get done.
Mhm.
So I'm just a speedy, but she gets it done. That's the important part. So it didn't really matter. She got
There you go. She is not slow, she is deliberate. I think a lot of times we think that people are, you know, because they're different, but I hear you saying she gets everything done
Mhm.
and she is methodical about her pace.
Yes, that she is. She
She has a
takes her
certain
time. Do
mhm.
not rush her. You're not gonna get anything happening.
I find that when I'm rushed by other people, I forget things,
That's yeah. That's
critical things,
yeah.
chords, payment processors, the things that, and you have a list, but they don't have time for you to go through the list.
No, 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 no.
It's, come on, we're ready to go. It's like, okay.
So give me some time. So do this for your business and for yourself, guys.
Mhm.
Like, take your time, go through your day, and give yourself a week, two, if you need three, even if you need a full month. Just watch yourself, take note of your day, see what's
Mhm.
happening, pay attention to it. So now you understand what you need to do in a day. And you also will lend itself to figure out what you need to do for the week. And then you can plan out the month because it really helps you. I used to be so annoyed with myself that I've set up the month, I set up the week,
Mhm.
and then the day rolled around and I didn't finish everything. That was because I packed too much crap in my day.
Exactly. Exactly. I know when I work for an employer, I every day I would have three top things
Mm-hmm.
and then the rest of the list. But the
Yeah.
things at the top
Yeah.
were priority.
Yeah.
And then I would move down the list and make those next three things priority to make
Mhm.
sure I did at least those three things during the
Yes.
course of the day. If I didn't do anything else,
Those three.
those got done.
Mhm.
Yes. So that was the way of setting priorities because the list is long.
Yeah. Yeah. And and the other thing I learned about myself last year, that last year a little bit, but this year was really Thanksgiving. Last month when I decided to write down the thing that I'm going to do and how many steps that thing takes. That
Mm,
was a big eye opener for me. And so if I'm writing a blog, I give myself the day and I'm not worried anymore that I have 10 other things to do because the blog need an outline. If I had researched it the week before, great. If I haven't, then I have to research it, get my keywords in there, and then
mhm,
I write. And I give myself the space to come back and edit because, of course, when I write, I'm just all the download is getting on the page, and then I walk away either for lunch or something and I come back and I get the blog finished. Here's the other thing, I'm not posting that blog that day, so I still give myself chance at
mm,
the end of the week that I can go in and tweak if need be. Next, the other two things that I want to do for that day are going to be lighter than the blog because I don't want to put heavy and then I don't do it. So I want to do heavy. Blog is heavy. People see people write a blog, but it takes a lot to go write a blog.
mhm, mhm. It
And
does.
it takes time. And then if you came in with all your research, it's easier. But if you didn't, you're doing two folds. And then I do the light. Yesterday was tweaking and refashioning my vision board course. I could tell you that.
Mm,
And I had two other things on the board. I took them off because I recognized how many great things I've learned and how better the course would be. Because every course I promised myself that I'm going to put in my school, it's going to be top notch. The price will not dictate that it's crap. It's going to be top notch. If you bought something from me for $30, it's going to be great. If you bought something from me for $5,000, it's going to be great too because I
mhm,
put the time in there. I spend the energy. The difference would be more in depth work, more videos, more time with me that is costing the price to be bigger. So the small price, that starts most things, anything that started $40 or so, those sort of things is do it yourself. You're not going to get me. You're going to get my videos. You're going to get the time I put in, the editing,
mhm,
whatever it is I'm giving in that package, it's going to be just as well. Because I've always run my business this way, and I pause a little bit because of just all this stuff. Life was heavy, but I've always been the person who try to make sure that I give quality in everything I do, and
mhm,
I don't
mhm,
want that to change, right? So I take the time and build it well and know that when you get it, it's a good product. And that's what you really want to do to yourself when we talk about planning and situating ourselves. If you only look at the things that's going to make you money, which I want you to do, I'm not dismissing this because I always say you got to make your money. But if you only doing it to make the money, you're gonna drop at some point. You're not gonna
mhm,
continue going. I promise you. It's just one of those things you're not gonna keep going. A friend and I was talking about it. I said, anytime you have an idea and you're just doing it to make a quick buck, it's not like you mustn't do it to make the quick buck. But you not that business is not gonna sustain itself. It's
mhm,
gonna go downhill real quickly. And I listened to a girl on YouTube. She's on TikTok now, and she did a quick TikTok talking about something similar to it, right? Acquiring a business. She like buy businesses, buying a business and going in thinking that this business is gonna make you a bunch of money right away. Well, it's a new business. You don't know nothing. You going in and you're going to learn about the business. You
mm,
probably gonna take you a full year. Don't be mad. A full year. It's not like you're not gonna make money. It's not like the business is not gonna make money, but it's gonna take you that year. Why not give yourself that year if you're creating something to really be successful? That 3 months, 6 weeks, 90 days you hear people screaming about, that's them after 20 years,
mm.
8 years, 12 years of doing and failing and tweaking and figuring out. Because you just have to. That's why we're back to it. So I say, what you're more, this is the big thing for me. Everybody, people might say this is not important. What's your morning routine? Or
Uh,
do you even have one? Let's start there.
yes, we are big on morning routines.
Right? right? Because it sets your day, it set the tone of the day.
Mhm. Mhm.
What it is, it doesn't have to be extensive like mine or Terry's. It's just what it is you do. And I'm gonna speak on mine and then I'm gonna go forth. Mine is praying before I open my eyes. Terry know about this, but I'm sharing it here with you guys. And then getting off my bed and using the washroom. The next step, as soon as I get to the washroom, I finish what I got to do. I dress in my workout clothes because it makes me not have to go back to bed, because there's days I want to go back to bed. It's a fact. So I dress in my workout clothes, giving myself no opportunity. Before I used to read the Bible, I stopped because I would be feeling too sleepy. So I make sure I work out first. I've switched that part. I work out first and then I read my Bible and do my journaling because now I'm awake. The workout woke me up. I'm able to do that. I take my shower and then I head into breakfast. I got my
Mhm.
granddaughter now, so I took my shower. I get her off to school because her mom is leaving earlier, so I have to
Yes.
drop her off, right? And so every other week, I get her ready, I get her breakfast, I comb her hair, and I get her to school. When I come back, I sit and have my breakfast because I don't want to not look after me by not having a proper breakfast. I
Yes.
sit my butt down and I have my breakfast. Today I had a salad with fruit and some eggs, a glass of water, my vitamin D, my cup of coffee. Like, I got my breakfast and stuff. I have a menu that I plan month for month. So I
Mm.
kind of know what I'm going to have. I get up and I have it. If I want to switch in between, I can. But I pretty much love how it is because every week is different. But I have things in there that I can just get in there and do. I have my breakfast and I have it in the morning, right? So I get that done. That's my morning routine.
Mhm.
I read my daily word, I read my Bible, and I journal about my day and what's happening. I took a pause on my and then I journal. I'm going to return to it. But just to give a little tip, that's what I do in the mornings. Whatever you do, stick to
Okay.
it. Stick to it. Keep doing it. You'll see it. You'll see a change in you. I mean, you just do. You just do. All right. What do I do each day? Check it out. Whatever your business is, get in there and do it. I know you've been around admiring other people. If you own a sticker business, you're in there, creating stickers. If you own let's say a business where you're doing printables, you get in there and you do it. That's physical. But if you're doing service business, what kind of service are you offering? Do you
Mhm.
have um, books that you're making so people can do the work in? Are you creating those? Are you have your marketing segment? What part of the day do you look after your social media? All those things you want to know what your day involve, because that's ultimately how you're going to pay your bills. That's how you and your business is going to be paid. So you need to know that little potion. You need to set it up. You need to figure it out. You need to get the systems in place. Those things is going to make you not come in and panic. Like, what am I doing today? Like, what should I do today? No,
Mhm.
because you've watched your pattern, you've written it out, and if you went through the year plan that we talked about, you know the things that you have to accomplish, and now your job is to take those things and figure out what needs to happen each day, so at the end of the week you feel good. I tell you, one of the best feeling is at the end of the day you feel satisfied that you actually came to work and you work.
So this is why we make a task list
Uh-huh.
of what it's gonna take to get that, um, project or whatever it is that we're trying to accomplish done.
Mm-hmm.
And then we assign it time periods. Are we talking about,
Yeah,
time blocking?
I do time blocking. I
Okay.
find it's very helpful. I love to work off a project base. So, like, I'm doing this course, so I give you, for instance, I went and watched the course, I see where it's at, and I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
what is it I need to change about it? I need to move it from where it's at. I need to move it over here because I need to do that. How long is going to take me? And so I time myself. Maybe I do like a 4 hour block with
Mhm.
breaks in between, but I know for the 4 hours, no matter what's happening, who's calling me, that's what I'm looking after. And then I need that. I'm probably in there. I have my hour of Canva, where I'm going to, do whatever I'm doing and that sort of stuff. And I would recognize for myself that I couldn't do video that day because it would be too much. Today, I'm not a real makeup person, which means I just pull up my hair in a ponytail and I get to work. But the days when I'm gonna put on a little bit of foundation and
Yes.
put on my lip, then I probably do that as a video day. So today, beside master classes, I am going to make a couple of videos. I got
Mm.
that ready and I set that up, which means to do those videos, I want to have my bullet points next to me so I
Yes.
know what I'm talking about. And I give myself, those videos are 5 minutes or 6 minutes videos, and I'm timing myself. In 6 minutes, I need to say everything I want to say. And I close out.
Mm.
And this is from just practicing, right? So if you're not versed yet at that, then take a day and just practice. What do you do and how long it takes you to say it and get it done. Give yourself, if you've never done videos, this is what I did when I first started videos. I did it 30 days straight. Every single
Mm.
day for 5 minutes, I was just talking to the camera. 30 days talking to the camera. That's it. And then I got bold and I posted online. And I remember somebody asking me, where is number 18? And I was like, you watching my video? You
Yeah,
see, you never know who is using what you're giving out to help. She goes,
exactly.
Caren, I was watching me, my daughter, and my daughter has, let me tell you, you've been talking. I know you won't believe this, but my teenager was not going to go to college. And after listening to you, she's like, Mom, let's sign up. And she had 2 more years of school. She goes, I want to let you know you play a big part in her getting over to college. She was
Mm.
arguing with me. And after she's watching your tapes, we couldn't find 18, and she's like, Mom, you got to get 18 because I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, this is what she did when she come home from school in the afternoon. Like, my skin is growing when I hear that it helped. It just has to help one person. And it wasn't for any gain. It's just a matter of this child was debating what she's gonna do. And I guess I was just talking about my life and what I aspire to do. And she's like, if I had life hard and I'm still pushing and wanting to do, she's like, Mom, there's no excuse for me. Like, I have no excuse. I don't know why I was arguing with you. She's like, we're going. And a couple years later, me and the lady still talk, and she's like, Karen, she's off. Like, we signed her up that year. That year she was picked her college, she's ready to go. She's like, I'm gonna do it. So you just never know who you inspire by what you do. Doesn't have to be video, could be any program, could be anything you're selling. You can just inspire people. That's why
Okay.
your stuff is so important to get out there into the world. Don't hide. Get it out there. Get it out there. So you figure out what you're doing each day and you get that done. You feel satisfied at the end of the week. You feel satisfied by the end of the next week, by the end of the month. There's
Hmm.
some kind of a rhythm. Now you start seeing, this is what I do. This is how I do it. This is what I tell people about. And then if you're not quite sure, go and figure out how to market yourself. Watch commercials. One of the biggest things I love, most people don't like commercials. I love commercials when I'm watching TV because I'm always getting ideas with commercials. I'm
Oh,
always getting ideas how people are reacting to things.
mm.
Mhm. I love commercials
Interesting.
for that.
I never thought to look at people's reactions. I do note them because usually they're verbal or they're, some kind
Mhm.
of
Yeah.
mood. Like, whoa, I wasn't
Yeah.
like I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I watch my kids. I watch how they behave. I see when they're not interested in the commercial. I'm inquiring why, like what if how they rob you the wrong way and that sort of thing. I've got 3 kids. They all have different personalities. You can really gauge a lot of things from them and what they're reacting to, and different age groups.
Mm.
Mom included too. And so once you understand that, you start figuring out what you need to do. So as I said, if you're writing a course and people say finish in a weekend, do not listen to them. You have to research. It probably take you a week or two to research what is it you want to teach. And then you probably investigating if it's a valid idea. And then you are writing for the program that you're going to do. And then you have to figure out how you're going to name it and all these wonderful things, right? So what are you doing in that day? And then maybe you want to keep Thursdays as your marketing day. So that's all you do on Thursdays. You're figuring out, you're getting things ready for the following Thursdays. Never the same day you want it for. If not, you just frustrate yourself and you get tired because you can't produce because you're putting pressure on you. But when you give yourself a week, then the next Thursday you're ready. Ready because you read a marketing book or you watch YouTube or you start learning how best you fit in and the kind of marketing that you do, and then eventually the kind of sales that you do. These are important subjects. If you're in Profits in Daily, I have spoken about different types of sale. Even on my own page, I talk about sales. I think I talked about sales last week, or was it budget? Can't remember. Something I talked about last week. But you go there, I talk about these things all the time because everybody's different and you don't fit in the mold like everybody else. You do
Mm.
things differently. And how do you end your day? How do you end your day? How do you feel at the end of the day? Because
Ah,
sometimes we start the day, but how do you end your day? Like, how do you wind down? I finish work at 3 o'clock. This where the teenager's here and I finish at 3. So give me enough time for that 15 minutes in between to get myself ready, go pick her up. When she come back, she get a snack, I get a cup of coffee, and I have something baked that I'm gonna mince on, or maybe a little bit of cracker, or sometimes I just have my coffee and we sit and talk about nothingness. That's what Athena and I do for the next half an hour. So carry me up to around 4 o'clock. Then I get up and I start prepping for dinner. I
Mhm.
have my meat probably seasoned or being thawed out or what have you, my vegetables, and I'm ready to cook dinner because I want to eat by 6:30. No, I don't need all that time, but if it's Tuesday, I need about 3 hours, and I'll tell you why, because I prep for the rest of the week. So everything is
Uh,
being prepped, and I cook. I cook for whatever she needs. I cook for myself, for the family, and then I have everything prepped. So maybe I'm cutting up, all the vegetables. I got a dish that I place them in, all my peppers and pop choy and spinach and all that wonderful stuff. And I have all those stuff going, and I set them up, and they're in the fridge. So now in the evenings, I just need to go in and just get them going, get them cooked, what have you, and serve. If it's a day that I'm baking, because we bake our own bread. So if it's a day I'm low on bread, then that might be involved in there. If I have enough leftovers, I'm not cooking. Yeah, they can eat the leftovers. But we finish early enough so we can relax and probably watch a show or
okay.
just conversation, me and the kids, and you know,
So you still have
anybody.
some evening time, some
Mm-hmm.
family time in
Yes.
the evenings, and
Mm-hmm.
you're not exhausted.
You're not exhausted and you're not feeling like you have to work like crazy. Now, if you're starting a business, I want to let you know that I understand. If you're starting a business, you can have the same thing happen. But you tell the family because you finish early, listen, I need an extra 2 hours in the evening because mommy is doing X, Y, and Z. You guys entertain. When my kids were younger, I'd say, like, mommy need an extra 2 hours. When I was in college, same thing. I'm like, you guys are fed, you guys are fine. Mommy gonna need 2 hours. I'm gonna read you guys a story, put you in bed,
Mhm.
set you up. Even if you're not ready yet for bed, you go lie down and read your own book because mommy's going to spend these next 2 hours studying. And I need a place to be quiet so I
Okay.
can really take it in. But they're not coming, I mean, they come to me here and there, but basically they're fed. They're looked after. They had a bath. They went to bed. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not neglecting them to study. I'm making sure that they're okay. So when I go to study, they're not coming to me for nothing.
Mhm.
They're
And
not coming for
interrupting that flow.
anything. People used to always amaze because when I went to college right through the summer, I didn't take a break or anything. And I take my kids to college with me, and my professor are like, these kids are well behaved. I'm like, well, first of all, they're not tiny kids, but
Mhm.
she says, no, kind, like they're well behaved. Like, this is boring for kids. I'm like, I know. But they understood that mommy needed an education. She didn't have an opportunity earlier in life. And I sit them down and tell them. That's the other thing. Don't be afraid to tell your kids what happened. Make you couldn't do it. Like, it just, life was just that. I'm not telling them for them to feel like sorry for me or anything. I'm just telling them. And I told them, I said, this is facts. This is how my life was. This is what I couldn't do then. I run a business, but I didn't get to finish my education, higher
Mhm.
education. I promised myself when I came to North America, I will. And so I'm doing so. I happen to have you guys too, but I got to go do it. And they were right there with me. I packed their snacks. And I mean, professors, the office staff would say, Karen, just let them come over here. Like they literally would just take them and have them.
Yeah,
And they were part of my college life.
people want to help.
Yes, people help us.
I think this is something that we really should accept.
Hmm.
The fact that people want to help,
People
and that
want to help.
we should be gracious enough to allow them to do so.
Yes, exactly. So from my babysitter right back, I have exams. They're like, Kathy's like, Karen, exams coming up. He's like, are the kids coming? Like sometimes they'll just ask me in advance. I had two female teachers. They mainly used to say, are the kids coming today? Because if it's exam, we just want to know. I just want to have an extra snack in my in my office, and I'm like, huh? Because you don't even realize people are starting to feel how they could help you.
Yes,
And they're planning how they can help you. So people want to help. Terry's right. People want to help you. We got to let them. But we have to speak up so that they can know that we
that's
need the
true.
help.
So they know what we need.
Hmm.
Yes.
So when you hear I run my business alone, that's because you don't want to tell anybody. You gotta have to tell some people. We know some people is not worth telling. I agree, but there's always the people who want to help you,
Mhm.
who want to see, you do better, who is seeing that you're doing better and saying, hey, how could I lend a hand? How can I help you move the needle forward? And so reach out and ask. Very few people have ever turned me down when I've asked for help. So,
I think it's a beautiful thing. Well,
mm,
Coach, we want to thank you so much for helping us sort through what a day should look like,
mhm,
and how to get projects done by breaking them down into small tasks.
mhm.
And also leave some time in the evening, organize our day so that we're not exhausted by the end of the day.
Right, right.
Oh
You
my,
can just chill out. You can just, that's the reason why I always love office hours. I tell people, don't matter where you work from, have office hours. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. It's the
wow.
best.
Okay, so with that, we want to thank Coach. We hope you gained some additional knowledge on how to run a profitable business that's fun to run, or how to just run your daily schedule.
Hmm.
With that, we want you to know you can find Coach Caren everywhere on the web under Profits in Daily. She has practical ideas that are easy to apply, and easy to understand. So we want to thank you again, Coach. I want everybody to know that if they're looking to be a part of BizChicks, they can find us simply by going over to bizchicks.net, joining the Heartbeat app, and become a part of our community. We'd love to have you there. In addition to that, we want to thank you for sharing. Those of you who are on different platforms that require sharing, we want thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel. We're trying to build that channel up right now. And we hope that you will reach out to others and let them know that we're here Monday through Friday, the same time, with tips and tools to do business better. In the meantime, remember, it really is okay to make money in your
Your
business
business. Yeah.
in front of your own line. Have
Yes.
a great day. Thank you again, Coach.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.